Welcome back to another episode of The First Stage. It's part of our Second Z's Cube series from Alma Pictures LLC. And we want to go through a few venues from around the world, kind of going city by city to find one interesting venue from each city and kind of going into it and enjoy the process of knowing more about that venue and the arts culture of those cities in different countries. So let's get right into it. The first thing we want to talk about is which venue. So this is from s-Hertogenbosch in the Netherlands. And this is Theater aan de Parade. And so this is a very interesting anchor venue. And unlike the other ones that we've talked about, this is actually a very much an anchor venue for Netherlands. So this is the principal institution of theatrical, operatic, and civic performing arts and culture for the city. So the first thing we're going to look at is what is it, or the institutional identity. So this is the primary municipal theater of s-Hertogenbosch. Sorry, I cannot pronounce Dutch always very easily. And this is a permanently embedded cultural institution. It's a major presenting house for theater, dance, music, opera, and festivals. And it is the city's principal civic art and arts and performance and center. So what does it do? Well, it hosts large-scale seasonal theater programming. It presents dance, opera, orchestral, and touring productions. And it produces civic-scale cultural projects, including Opera op de Parade. And it's a central coordinating node as well within Brabant's regional performance ecosystem. And as far as the performance scale, you can see that it's a 900-seat venue in the principal hall, and it falls directly within our optimal performance range that we like. And it balances the intimacy of theater with regional scale presentation capacity. It's also designed for spoken theater, orchestral accompaniment, dance, and touring repertoire. So it's fully equipped for all of that. And then we can look at our acoustic and spatial character here. The acoustic profile is, of course, it's a civic theater, and it prioritizes intelligibility and ensemble coherence. The spatial logic has frontal stage geometry with strong audience proximity. And we can also see that the infrastructure, as I said, really does support every kind of performing arts that you wish. And the scale, of course, allows a stronger sense of performer audience feedback dynamic. So that's actually very interesting. And the acoustics of the space are quite nice. So the next part we have is curatorial identity. And this has a programming identity which blends the canonical touring repertoire with civic accessibility. And it maintains continuity with Dutch municipal theater traditions. And as we said, it has opera, orchestral concerts, dance, literary theater, and so forth, which are structurally embedded in its programming. And the institutional identity is culturally led, which I think is great. It's not just promoter driven. It's something where it's really trying to preserve culture and community and historical identity as well. So the next one is historical continuity. Now, this has institutional lineage, which goes back to the Société Casino tradition of 1828, and the current building dates from 1975 with its later redevelopment and modernization. And it represents long duration continuity of civic theater in that region of Brabant, and acts as a municipal cultural institution across multiple eras. So as far as the civic role, civic role, it's recognized as the cultural living room of the city and is located beside the St. John Cathedral. And it's a very big participant in festivals, public celebrations, and city-scale cultural identity, and functions as the most visible institutional stage of that place. Now for our synthesis, this theater aan Parade, expresses the Dutch civic theater model and at a very high level of maturity. For them, culture isn't just something that is from the past, but it's very durable as far as it comes to urban participation, and it also has a lot of institutional continuity. Its authority emerges from this kind of like sustained integration of the community, social and ceremonial life, and the cultural heartbeat into the theater itself. And the theater's configuration, of course, is optimal because the precision of the ensemble and audience feedback can be very legible. And in this sense, the venue also embodies Brabant's interpretation of performance culture. So it's civic, accessible, technically competent, and institutionally stable without requiring a very huge venue size. So our rating, of course, is that it's an anchor venue, and we think that everyone who's interested in the arts and culture sector would do well to check it out if they happen to be in the area, because they do a lot of interesting work. And I really love the creativity and beauty and intelligence that come out of this space. So with that concludes our little talk about Theater aan Parade, and we hope that you all enjoyed. And yes, we do apologize for the little sporadicness of some of the pods because we've been very busy, but we hope to be able to come back to more regular programming soon. And if not, we'll just put up some videos when we can. So hopefully you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you happen to find yourselves.